Hey guys, what is going on? It is Cameron Talks Football, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about everything that is going on in the NFL and pretty much anything that I feel like I should talk about NFL related. But before I do get into the video, I would like to thank all of you guys who have watched our recent videos, and especially that Ben Roethlisberger video. It is at now 1,800 views. I would never have thought that a highlight reel of an NFL player would get 1,800 views, and it was only a 3-minute video, but like my Tom Brady one's at 40. But all I care about was that you guys are enjoying the videos that I am putting out. And currently we're at 423 subscribers. I really do want to get to 430. I keep going up and I keep going down. I would love to get to 430. You guys are supporting me all throughout this whole journey, and I really do appreciate that. And now getting into what I want to talk about in the NFL. With all these super teams like the Rams and the Bucs who won last year, it's making the draft feel like it's less important because teams are just giving up their first round picks like it's nothing. The Rams just did that. They don't have a first round pick for like another 4 years, I think it is. And it's making it seem like super teams are the way, and making it feel like drafts are just like nothing anymore for the teams that can't build a super team because they don't have the pieces to be able to build one. Like the Rams, all they needed was a solid quarterback and another solid edge rusher to go with Aaron Donald, and then they got that. And they also got OBJ too, just because they needed another wide receiver. And that was also good timing because then Robert Woods tore his ACL, and that's just perfect timing, honestly. And then, of course, they win the Super Bowl, and now it's the Super Bowl is going to be in Arizona. Maybe Arizona makes a blockbuster trade. Maybe they go out and get another wide receiver to go with DeAndre Hopkins. Or maybe they go on the defensive side and get a solid like cornerback like Stephon Gilmore. Any of these teams, there's a lot of teams that are one quarterback away, just like the Rams were, to make it right back to the Super Bowl. There are teams like the Buccaneers. If they get a good quarterback again, they're a Super Bowl team. Honestly, the Browns, they're a good team. Baker Mayfield's just holding them back because he's just terrible. Since they lost in the playoffs, he played terrible this year. Another team, the Broncos, are a good team. This is a hot take, but I think the Washington Commanders would actually be a really good team with a solid quarterback. The Colts would be a good team with a solid quarterback because they already have a good wide receiver one in Michael Pittman Jr., and a good running back one in Jonathan Taylor, and a really good top 5 O-line, you could say, with Quentin Williams, and then all those other pieces that they have on the offensive line, and then a solid defense led by Darius Leonard. So that's really just like the way that the NFL is going, is that it's going in the way that it's only super teams, not teams built off of success and off of team work ethic. It's really just players that are in win now mode, and I understand that teams are always in win now mode, but now it's making the draft like it's nothing. Like soon, like the only teams that are going to be getting drafts are going to be the Detroit Lions because they're never going to really be able to build a super team because they always mess up their draft, or even the Eagles. If the Eagles mess up their draft, they have 3 first-round picks. 2 of them are back-to-back. And they could easily go inside the top 5 if they really want to and get a solid player like Kyle Hamilton. And they could even get the number 2 spot and get Aiden Hutchinson, I believe his name is, from Michigan. They could go anywhere in this draft. Maybe even the 1 spot if the Jaguars really do want to give it up. They really could go there if they really honestly do want to. But you never know. You never really see a team trade up to the 1 spot, even though some teams are willing to give up that spot. And another thing I want to talk about is possible superstars being traded. You could see Christian McCaffrey getting traded. His first 3 seasons in the NFL, guess how many games he missed? He missed 0 games. In the past 2 seasons, he's missed 23 games due to injury. This is honestly why you don't take running backs early in the draft. That's why in all these mock drafts I've been seeing, I haven't seen any really running backs like in these mock drafts. I've seen corners, defensive players, offensive line. and you just don't want to overpay an offensive running back because they get injured. Running backs get injured easily. I understand you could say Derrick Henry's an exception. Like a lot of these kind of players are exceptions. But there's a lot of running backs that start off really great, and then they just get an injury, and then they're just never the same after that. And you don't ever want to see that with an injury, especially a player like Christian McCaffrey, where he was just a workhorse for the Panthers, being a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver. That really does put a tear on a running back's body. It's not like a running back like Derrick Henry where he could keep doing it and he has the body to do it. That's honestly, I think, why Derrick Henry probably broke his ankle this year, was because he was running the ball so many times, and he was on pace to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record. I honestly think he was going to shatter it. I don't think he was even going to be close if he didn't break his ankle, because 6 weeks after he did it, he was still, I believe, like the top running back in the league with carries, yards per attempt, and touchdowns. He's just an all-around great running back. So honestly, if the Titans do get a solid quarterback, they're a Super Bowl team, but they also do need to fix that defense. They really do not have a solid defense. That team was really carried by Derrick Henry this year, and it probably will always be like that until he is not on the team. And then we also have Aaron Rodgers possibly leaving. We don't know where he's going. Denver Broncos are a possible place. Washington Commanders are a possible place. But honestly, I would love to see him on the Broncos. I think the Broncos are another team that's a Super Bowl team away. They have a great defense. They have a great offensive wide receiver room. They have a great running back in Javonte Williams. And then they have a good head coach. I believe that it's the Packers' offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach. I believe it was the quarterbacks coach that they got from Green Bay. And now Aaron Rodgers could possibly go over there. And maybe I don't see them getting Davante Adams just because the wide receiver room is also so stacked, and I don't believe that they have that much money. I think Davante Adams could go to the Chargers. He could go to the Jaguars. He could go to the Raiders. I think the Raiders are the best possible place, just because him and Derek Carr played at Fresno State together, and that would be cool to see them again there together. The Raiders would be then a great team. And then you have other wide receivers that could leave and go to another place, like Mike Williams, Calvin Ridley, Allen Robinson. I think the Patriots are a possible place for any of those. The Patriots need a solid wide receiver one for Mac Jones. I understand the Patriots do have Kendrick Bourne and Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar, and those three are great. But I think Jacoby Myers is a great slot receiver, and then Kendrick Bourne would be the other wide receiver one. But once they get another wide receiver that can take the top off of a defense like Calvin Ridley, then that would make their offense so much better because they can run. The Patriots can run the ball. They are a great running team with Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson. They have Brandon Bolden, Taylor. They're all great. They can all run the ball. And then Mac Jones will finally be able to show that he can throw the ball downfield with this new offense, and then all with this new offensive coordinator, whoever it might be. We have not found the offensive coordinator yet for the New England Patriots, and we are waiting to see who that is because we did bring back Joe Judge for the offensive assistant, but that doesn't mean he is going to be the offensive coordinator. And it seems like the NFL is going to be going in the right direction with how the players are reacting to everything. But one thing that I think they should take out is the taunting rule. They need to take out the taunting rule. This is the last thing I'm going to say before I do end the video. They need to take out the taunting rule. NFL players do not know when it will be called. They can do like a little dance or a little celebration and it will be called. And then there's times where the whole team will like run to the end zone and that won't be called. So now it's just like a hit or miss play flag. So they need to take that out. And until then, that's pretty much all I need to say. So I will see you guys later. Peace out.